Alright, so what are you three doing?
I'm going to head towards the hagfish.
Hagfish, alright. And you two?
Breakfast. After
You have eggs and bacon.
The
The bacon is crispy and perfect and terrible for you.
Just the way I like it.
I'm glad I'm staying here and nowhere else.
This is amazing! Are you eating with your fingers, or did you whip out the chopstick?
I'm eating with my fingers at this point because I'm like,
He's gone full
Can't get
local.
enough food in my mouth.
I'm realizing there are other people around me who know about the organization, and two, I'm like, that's just so fucking good.
If you mean the organization you're part of, nobody's necessarily let on that they know about it. You don't know the Kaijutsu's family history. You don't know how long they've been there. Although they've clearly been here a while because they're one of the founders of Sandpoint, as it is. But you all haven't done a lot of investigating into the history of Sandpoint or what's what.
I don't really want to take chances of that either, though.
Alright, so you scarf down some amazing bacon. Do you two linger? Because he's headed out.
Should we go with him? No, we have our own things to do.
Good answer.
What things? We need to get you healed. Yeah! And we need to replace Bruce's weapon.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to touch it this time, are you?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. Okay, but I didn't know that...
It wasn't a toy?
No, I knew it
Something
wasn't
sharp
a toy.
isn't a toy?
Okay, but
Napa.
the guy doesn't need both of his arms.
Vegeta!
Vegeta.
Am I Vegeta?
Yeah.
Vegeta!
Lag.
Are we there yet?
Just walking down the street, this big burly, half-clothed, leather or hide-wearing man with a two-handed sword and a two-handed hammer with two probably kebabs with various meats on it.
And a small Asian man in front of him just
They weren't even sold that way. You found two very large nails and just stabbed them into various meats.
Can I do message on...
quickly before I go away. It's 100 feet.
Phew. That way we can talk to him if he's nearby.
Well, the further I go away, once it goes out of range, it breaks.
Oh, never mind.
She's just telling you about how amazing the bacon
Are you
and
too
eggs
far yet? Are you too far yet? Are you too far yet?
I just see him like
Can you give
booking
me-
it.
What?
You know, as you send the message to him, it's clear, it's wonderful, you can hear her voice, and as his pace picks up, you're talking, and you're talking, and the last words you hear is, this bacon is so... As the message fades and you get...
I would rather get kicked in the nuts 1,000 times!
Okay, so I look like Nappa, but she has the personality of Nappa.
Oh, God.
Haley Yang, Haley Yang, Haley Yang.
The Hagfish is located on the docks. Are you headed down to the Rusty Dragon, or are you just wandering?
I'm wandering.
Sampling all the things.
I will have some of that. Okay.
Sea meat and land meat. Together.
They call that Red Lobster.
As you wander the town, several people actually approach you and give you food, and they thank you for everything you did yesterday. Not only do they recognize you from the strength contest, but they remember seeing a wild, hammer-wielding man smashing goblins as the town cleared, bravely holding off, almost single-handedly, a goblin horde as everybody managed to escape to safety.
Yeah, you would not be mistaken.
So you're greeted by several admiring children, some slightly fawning ladies, some gentlemen who are, you know, a mixture between grateful and a little envious, and some of them give you some free things. They tell you to please come by my shop, or we'll give you free food, or they're just generally thanking you and very grateful.
Hey, Vegeta, men want to be me, and women want me.
As you
I
wander,
have nothing to say to that. I can't.
as you wander the streets, not exactly reveling neither last night nor this morning in the battle that you
Does
won.
all this extra food help with healing?
No.
Why not? Why can't it be like Skyrim where it's cheese wheel, cheese wheel, cheese wheel?
Perhaps you can turn your fame to your advantage later. But right now you are being bombarded with
Roll
pastries,
for
breads, and
FTD.
cheeses. As you wander the streets, a few people do recognize you, and you hear a few murmured thank yous, but nowhere near the fawning that your compatriot, who is now reveling in his deeds, and whose deeds have now been magnified.
I don't remember selling you a bubble. Would you like one?
No, maybe I'm excuse me.
That's what I will say to almost everyone. It's like, I don't remember selling you a bubble. Would you like a bubble? I'll sell you a bubble.
So you make your way to the Hagfish. Are you two staying?
I'm on Mouse, and we're going to the cathedral.
Fame isn't really my
Yeah, to get her
thing.
healed
So
first.
you're all headed to the cathedral.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
Liang,
I'm
Yours
holding all
isn't
this
here
food.
yet.
Liang yesterday, he taught me a
You're
really
missing
good
out.
lesson. He said, if I'm on my monkey, he can hit me in the face. And Mouse can't do anything about it.
so you head to the
This
Hagfish.
is why I didn't get any help in the second fight for sneak attack. Because she had forgotten the first fight.
So
Noted.
the Hagfish is the westernmost building. It is directly on the docks. It's on Water Street because the people's standpoint is very original. It's the last building before you hit to the beach. It looks like it used to be some sort of actual dock that's been turned into a tavern. You see a few people lingering near, but it's early in the morning. You see a lot of dock workers on the adjacent buildings and piers. So it's open. You can see some people inside, but there aren't a lot of people there.
I'm going to head in and speak with the owner.
All right.
Or the person behind the counter. Really just about anybody, honestly.
Actually, in my wandering, I want to find a potion shop.
A potion shop.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So as you come in the Hagfish, it's not the most well-lit place. It's a little run down, but it looks like it's well frequented. You can see scuff marks on the door all over the place. You see some tracks in and out.
Very beautiful establishment.
There's a long bar along one side of it. The thing that catches your attention is that the opposite in the building, there's a very large glass aquarium. There's a little light from the window behind it shining in. You really only see one fish in there, though, and it's not exactly a fish. It's a long, serpentine-like creature
Like
that's
an
just
eel.
sort of swimming. It looks akin to an eel. It's perpendicular to the bar. It's against the far wall, and the bar is parallel to the wall on this side of the building as you come in.
So I'll head to the bar. Good morning.
My stomach growling, sorry.
How can I help you? The barman sides up. He's a big man, and as he comes over to you, hear a step, thunk, step, thunk, step, thunk.
First off, I'd like a drink if you could, and then I'd like just to talk to you. I'm looking for some conversation, if you would. You don't seem to be the type, but I'm sure I can make it worth your while.
I've talked up a storm in here.
Okay, well that's a storm, if you will.
He puts a thing of ale down in front of you. Where are you from?
I'm from Tiansha.
You know, I heard some stories about some people last night. Feels like Tian Man was in one of them. Maybe it could have been another man, but I hear they did a pretty good job last night. First ales on the house.
I would greatly appreciate it, but I didn't have anything to do with that.
No?
No.
It's
Must have-
interesting, because not very many Tian in the city. I've only seen a few, besides the
You
Kaijutsus.
might have just had long dark hair and people have been mistaken. Being slightly tan of someone of your complexion, maybe. You know.
Well, I have seen a few. I've seen the sun a lot before, you know.
Before.
He taps his wooden leg on the planks.
Nice.
Anyway, I guess I could have some conversation. Nobody really comes in here in the mornings.
Well, first I want to ask you about your fish. It looks intriguing.
That's Nora. She's a hagfish. In fact, he turns around and
Hence the name of the place. Okay.
you didn't see this before, but above him there are two large nails on the wall. One of them has a tin mug on it. The other has a what looks to be full sack hanging down. You can see a few silver coins poking the top of it. See, she's kind of the draw here. I mean, this place is pretty good. I run it. I know a few things. But,
I love it. I love him already. He's my favorite character.
I know a few things about running a bar. I know all these men. I've worked with them.
I have the best bar, the hugest bar.
Huge.
I'm making it worse. But
All my sources, they say it's going to be incredible.
Just get a hagfish, they said. I got a biggest hagfish.
But really, people come in here every night for her. Because every night, someone's, some say dumb, some say brave enough to take a swig. He clanks the mug hanging off the nail. See, what do you know about hagfish?
Nothing.
Well,
I'm sure you're going to tell me, though.
when you grab them, you know when your nose runs and it's disgusting, it just keeps running, this slimy stuff? A hagfish can produce that at will. So it's so hard to hang on to them. So what I do, it started a few years ago, is I reach in and I shake her around. And the whole tank becomes full of this mucus and water. And then, you put your silver in the bag. And if you can drink the whole thing and keep it down, you win the whole bag.
What's the how much is in the bag?
He picks it up and lifts it up and down a couple times. I'd say at least 20 gold worth of silver. Some people put gold in because they think they're ballsy enough to win. So far, I've been running this place a long time. Only 28 people have won, really. I've carved them up here underneath the nails.
Second question.
I've been open like 10 years.
I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna drink from the hagfish.
Uh-huh.
Regardless of whether or not I win, I still want to have a conversation.
I'm absolutely willing to
But
watch.
having done it, and you watching and having the satisfaction of watching me puke, or whatever happens, I want to know that whatever we talk about doesn't leave, and we have patron, business owner confidentiality.
He looks around at the empty bar.
Alright, give me a cup, let's do this shit.
So, he grabs the cup off the nail, and he walks over to the end of the
That's why you
aquarium.
didn't come get me.
He sticks his hand in, and you can see, it's a big tank, it's full of water, and he waves it around before he grabs the hagfish. And you see this fish writhe and wiggle, and this almost like little cloud seems to come out
the
of
same
it.
satisfaction I got out of that on.
This little cloud comes out of it first, and it spreads as this thing writhes and eventually slips out of his grasp. And this little cloud seems to spread throughout the whole thing.
Yes.
He grabs the mug and he doesn't skim off the top. He drives the mug into the tank, scoops up this mixture of liquid, and hands it to you. Now,
Fish not.
he reaches underneath the tank and pulls out a bucket. This bucket has seen much.
Yeah.
Take a drink.
Alright. Let's do this.
Hey!
4.
Oh!
Total.
So, you
Your luck
lift,
has ended.
What?
Your luck has ended.
you lift the
I know
cup
it was on this and not something else.
to your lips, and you stare at it, and it doesn't look that bad. It looks like cloudy water.
Can I tell you how he throws it up?
It looks like cloud, and you tilt the mug back, and you open your mouth, and you take a big gulp.
Oh.
He recoils, and as he instantly vomits, it also comes out of his nose.
This thick mucus water sprays out your nose as the entire contents of your breakfast shoot out into the bucket below.
Bacon out your nose too.
So after I take several minutes to fucking, recuperate, I go, "Sir, if you would please, I'm gonna need some more breakfast."
Mm-hmm.
And that talk we talked about.
He hands you a towel.
Oh, God.
Let me take care of the bucket. You have a seat.
Hope it was the most entertainment you've ever had in a morning.
It's a great morning.
+1 to evasion now.
Can you imagine being so bored that you just watch people puke from drinking your fish?
You're just triggered.
Just, oh,
Can't even.
I ain't even.
I think I actually feel a little bit nauseous in my stomach. It's a little bit. Fucking gross.